I'm Patrick Bailey with whiteboardcoder.com. Today is August 7th, 2020, and in this video I wanted to do a midway review of the work I'm doing on my backyard, including what we've spent thus far. Okay, so we've been, well, for those who may not know, last year we bought a house. We had a house built, and the backyard came as just dirt. We had to do our own landscaping. So we've been doing our own landscaping this summer. We've done some videos on it and some different things. So I just kind of wanted to do kind of a mid-year review to help anyone out there who's doing their backyard. They might find this interesting, or also I might find this interesting a few years down the road to go review what the heck we did. But anyway, I just kind of do a mid-review, what we spent, what we're doing, and where we're at. So one thing is I've got some software to start this all off. This real-time landscaping, and I got the architect version, which, I'm going to go with a budget. We spent $400 getting this version of the software. And there are some cheaper versions, but I'm really liking this. This helped us design. It did a lot of good stuff for us. And just to kind of show off what we did, here's a mock-up of our house, and we're doing the backyard, which is just dirt. And so the idea is, we're going to put in a pathway here, a pathway to the back. We're going to put a little gate here in the back because we actually have open space in the back. We're allowed to have a little gate to the path back there. A little patch of grass. Put a patio back here, a little path over here. Do a lot of sprinkler systems back here, tree, and also it may not show up in here. We're also putting some, and I'll show as we go back. We also at the back of our yard, I did put in some power to route some power out there, which I did a video on, just so that we could hook into our Christmas lights and different things like that. And I also did route some Ethernet in there. So there's been a lot going on. Also, we got our sprinklers over on this side for the front, but we're routing power all the way around to the other side. We're going to intend to do some sprinklers on this side. There's a lot going on, but there is the basic view of where we hope to get at some point, and that's where we're working towards. Also, going over where we are right now, I kind of put our start date roughly mid-May. So I'm just saying May 15th. And based on that, we're about 84 days in. And right now I'm guessing we have about 50 to 70 more days to go until we get what I'm calling phase 1 done. And phase 1 has gotten a few reductions over time based on our budget. So with that, if anyone's interested, I'll put a link up here. We've done several videos on different aspects. And so here is all my backyard work. So if anything that's interested there, there's a link that links to all the videos. Another thing I've done is I'm a programming dweeb. So I went and put something out on GitHub for those who may be familiar with GitHub. Where I actually have my schedule and my finances. So I'm going to show my schedule here, current schedule, and also the finances we have in Excel. And if you need to go there, I'll put a link and you can go down here and download them if they're of interest to you. It'll probably be a lot more interesting when I'm done with my work to kind of show what the total cost has been. But with that, let's go look at my budget right now. So here is our budget as it stands. So right now, we've been saving up money because we're cash flowing this. We don't spend money we don't have. And so right now our budget currently stands at, our available budget for the backyard currently stands at $19,209.34. And of course we're doing the whole thing ourselves. And so we have all our categories. And here I've got some categories marked with white here and then gray down here that are not necessarily the work. So like the software we bought, we spent $400 on that. Consulting, we were going to consult with a landscape guy to see what his opinion was, but he kind of got busy. During this season with COVID and everything, everyone's doing their backyard. So the landscape guys are very, very busy. So we just couldn't get any of this time. And also tools we're buying or will buy, and also my kid labor. So I have a couple of kids, and to encourage them, we've been paying them a little bit here and there as they do work. So we set aside some money for that. But everything else is projects, grass. And these projects also line up with my schedule that I'll show in a minute. So we have, it's getting dry. So we have the grass, mulch, paver patio, our second patio, which I'm calling my mother-in-law patio, the walkways, the gate, the light, the draining. And here's actually what we have currently spent in total on every single project. So in total, as of today, we have spent $7,769, and we've got a lot of stuff. And now based on where we think we're going to go, right now, and I still need to tweak this budget, right now we're talking about needing $26,000 to get everything done, which means we don't have the cash for that right now. So some of these things may be pushed off until next year or even the year after that. Because right now we only have $11,000 left. And so that leaves us a little bit of a deficit if we want to get everything done. So we're actually talking about probably not doing the walkways right now, and that'll probably get us enough to get there. So right now, if we did everything, here's our remaining budget. If we did everything we have listed here, which are sometimes still rough estimates, we still need $18,000 more. We only have $11,000 left. So there you go. And now you can go download this Excel spreadsheet I made from GitHub if you're interested in it. But going down bit by bit, software, that one's done. We spent $400. Consulting, nothing because it didn't work. The grass and the sprinkler, we bought a lot of this. So we have our grass, we have our sprinkler, we have our valves. We got new sprinkler systems. So a lot of this, we're down to just the last little bit. We got to get a little more piping. We have to get, we have some sprinklers, but we need to get the exact ones left. Probably some of that's going to be more expensive is the edging. We're talking about putting edges around, the paver edges around the whole grass and also the sod itself. And I got miscellaneous, so we'll see how this goes. We've already spent $2,300, but we got a little ways to go. If this all works out, there's another $2,000 just for the grass to spend. But yeah, I think I still might be behind this number. Mulch, I'm not so sure. We're going to do a lot of mulch at one point, and that's a lot of money because there's a lot of mulch. So I need to go revisit this as we get closer. Our paver patio, this has changed a lot from our beginning because we keep finding other nicer paver patios that we like better that cost more. And so right now, one of the ones we're looking at, and there's a link in here, is Unilock. Unilock costs more. It just does. And right now we're estimating for the pavers to be $12 a square foot for a 300 square foot patio. So that adds up. So we'll see. We're going to probably start ordering that here in the next 2 or 3 weeks. So we'll start to get closer on actually doing that. But from everything we've seen, the Unilock, the colors are consistent from year to year. You can get the same stuff and it's strong and it's going to last. And so it's going to be expensive, but I think we're going to like it. And there are cheaper choices. You can go down to $5 or $6 a square foot for the material, even less. But this is where we haven't, pulled the trigger yet, but I think we're going to. The patio's changed a lot. At one point, and we're probably going to do this. At one point, we are going to build stairs that aren't there, and we'll do them in concrete. But that's being pushed off till next year. So right now, we're going to put the stairs up temporarily in wood and probably stain them and probably put the outlines for them so that we can do the concrete work. But that's probably going to be pushed off until next year. For now, we'll put in the wood stairs and call it good. And so that's going to save us a lot of money temporarily. The side yards, these are just so estimate with all these pavers. I don't know. This is going to change. And we're probably not going to do this until next year. So this might get pushed off just because don't have the money. Gate, we'll probably get that done soon. $250 to put a gate back in there. I'll build something. Lighting, we've got a lot of lighting done. I've got all the electrical work for it done. I just probably need a couple more lights to vet out exactly where we want to put it. And I think it's going to work pretty well. Drainage, we're almost done with the drainage. There's only a few more things to buy, and I think we're nearly done with that. And tools, we'll see how it goes. There's still some more hand tools I want to get. And also we're talking about getting a DeWalt wet saw so we can cut some of these bricks and different things we want. So that's expensive and that might change too. And then Ethernet. Oh, we're finally done with this. Ethernet and power. So we buried cable. We did all that good stuff. And we have some videos on that. And so that's kind of done. So that's, almost $1,000, but I'm glad we did it. And then my kid labor, we spent about half the kid labor we predicted and we still have half more. So we'll see how that goes. So there's all the details on that. Now we'll kind of look at the schedule that we have right now, which I do have up here, like I said, on GitHub, but I can bring it out. So this happens to be was done in Lucid Chart. It's an online program I use that I pay for, but I kind of want to give a plan. So I keep trying to plan it as best I can week to week. And here these represent like 6/14, I think is the beginning or is the end. No, it's the end of the week. So 8/9 is the end of the week. So here we're just planning week by week. What are we doing? So everything in the past here has been done. And I didn't start planning from the beginning, so I missed a few weeks in here. But this is helping us keep on track to make sure that we're doing things as best we can. So I keep updating it every week. And even the plans you see here, this week we'll probably get everything done. But next week, we got to work on these stairs. This might, things keep creeping out. So I you can see how as I get further out, it kind of gets sparse and question marks on there and not well organized. But every week, beginning of the week, I try to plan the next 3 weeks as best I can to make sure that we're on track. So there's our plan. It'll be more interesting to see this when we're totally done. When we're totally done, you can kind of get a flow of everything we did. And also, this is all color coded. So if you go over here to the side, and this is based on the budget too. There's our drainage. They're all in blue. Sprinklers are all in green. And they all kind of map out. Ethernet, lighting, and they always match up with our budget. So, and there's mulch, which has nothing yet. So we'll see how that goes. So it'll be interesting to see much more when we're done. So with that, there's where we're at financially and planning wise right now. Now I just kind of want to go to the backyard and show where we were at and explain what we're doing right now. Because right now we still have our trenches that have been dug up and we've put a lot of stuff in them and we're about to start filling them in. So I really want to capture where they are right now. So we'll just kind of go around the yard and see where we're at right now. So one thing we have done that we're not totally done, and we have put in some lights. So these lights are hooked up and working, but I haven't yet buried the cords and it'll last a little bit, and we're pretty stoked about these. So those are working pretty well. And then as we go around this lovely house, we just got all the drainage over here kind of set up right now. So I got drainage off the house. I still need to cut this. This is our sump pump going in here, but I have these two, and I got everything going down. We've got all this. This is our old sprinkler system that we redid a little bit, and I added 3 more valves here for future use that we're actually not going to use right now. But then also we have this main valve coming off, this one right here, that is going to run water over to our other side. And then we also replaced the sprinkler wire because we have more to control. And so there's more to come on this, but we got all that going. And here's some of our future-proofing stuff, like we intend to put in some garden beds, raised garden beds. So we made some mock-up sizes to see how we want them. So that's going to be one of them. And then 2. And then 3. So we're at a point now we're going to start burying these. Is our next plan after doing this video. And then, coming down here, we've done a couple of things. Here's another line we put in. We're not quite sure of. We're thinking about putting a tree over here, so we put a line in here, but we're not sure what we're going to do, but it's here. And then also, at one point, we put a line over here that we're not going to use for a while. And in phase 1, we're not doing this, but at some point we're going to put some raised beds in here. But we're not doing that in phase 1, but we did run the water out to it. And then, over here, we'll see how this works. I had an idea. You know, here in Colorado, it doesn't rain a lot, but when it does, it can rain pretty quick. And so we have all these water lines coming in over here. And so I have them coming in here, and we put all this rock in here. And so there's a third line is going to come in here too, when we're done. And we're going to have all this rock. So we're going to have a pretty big, giant bed for the water, kind of like a reservoir to rest in. And then after that, it should go out beyond our property. Hopefully that's a good idea. We'll see. And more and then, hopefully I don't take out my camera crew here. I better give her a hand before I got some bad parts over here.
Got it.
Okay. And so, backing up over here, I have put a drain over here, so eventually I can drain it, I can shut all the water off and drain it all out, and I got valves over there. And then over here I did put a spigot in case we want to use it. So it's kind of nice access to here. And then going down the line, and we did a couple of videos on this, I put in a couple of power boxes. So there's one over here and one on the other side, and we've run power out here, but we also ran Ethernet. And you might ask, why the heck would you run Ethernet? If you don't know, you can run power through Ethernet just a little bit, low voltage, and so you can buy webcams that you can plug in, and they don't have to add an extra power line to those. So we did that mostly for the idea of putting cameras back here at some point and burying them, but we'll see when that comes. I just wanted to do it while we're here. Oh. And then moving over here, at some point, we're going to have a paver patio here. So it's a big mess right now, but this is where we're going to have our big paver patio. And we'll have a path coming over here that'll meet up with the stairs over here is the plan right now. And then over here will be all the grass, which we've dug all the trenches, but we still need to put all the sprinkler lines over here. And so we got all that going. And so we'll be taking this line and having that go down over there in a way. And over here is our other box with our power Ethernet, so one on each side. And then we're still working on this. here's my wooden stairs that I need to go redo a little bit because I don't have them quite lined up like I want. So that's one of the next things we're going to do is redo this. But then we're also going to add a second set of stairs on this side that'll kind of match that. So we'll see how that goes. And then it might not be in phase one. We'll have that paver walkway come out here and go down. And then also at some point we probably put pavers on top of this patio, but that's not even in phase one anymore for sure. So coming over here, we do have our water line that goes all the way around the house to there. And so at some point in the near future, that's where we're going to put our sprinklers. So over here, we'll put our second set of sprinkler valves over here for the backyard. And then right next to it, you can see there's our power lines, and these two are our Ethernet. And we have that running to our house and hooked up so we can use it if we want now. And then beyond that, these wires are exposed right now, but I will bury them a little bit. These are all our low voltage, so this is our lighting, and it's also our sprinkler system. And so we've cut a new hole into our garage, and so I will put a pipe down here and bury it and hide it all eventually. But we put this through, so we have that. And on the other side of this wall, and we've done some videos on it too, we've moved our power over inside our garage, and we have our sprinkler system over here now, the controller, and we also have our low voltage lighting control over here. So we've done some videos on that, and I'll do some more. But that, oh, and over here, sorry. Here's our downspout over here. And this has been in use now for about a month or so, and so this is all buried, and it's been emptying out pretty well. So, pretty happy with that thus far. So, that's our current state so far. Thanks for watching. I hope you liked the video. If you did, please give it a like. To subscribe, just click the subscribe button. Also, you can follow me on Twitter under the handle @whiteboardcoder.com. View any code I may have thrown up as a gist at GitHub under the username PatmanDenver, or check out my blog site at whiteboardcoder.com.